everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be your complete drugstore starter kit. So what influenced me to make this video was, over the years when people find out I do makeup or how much I love makeup, the number one question or thing people say right after is, I don't even know where to start. Can you come shopping with me? And, and I get that because there's so many options out there now that it's overwhelming. And the point of me making this video is just so you could see what are my holy grail drugstore products, what I think would probably work most universally for everyone. So next time you're at the drugstore and you just don't even know where to start, you can look at this video and see what products I've mentioned. So how I'm going to organize this video is I'm going to show you the products in the order which I would put them on when I'm doing a complete look. So let's get started. So like most people, the first thing I start with is brows. And the reason you do that is because it's nice to just get the shape that you want and then you can work around it while you're doing the rest of your face makeup. So I prefer pencils and pomades. I use a pomade when I'm trying to get more of a sharp tail or if I'm going to do an ombre look, lighter to darker at the tail. And I like pencils because pencils just give you a really natural look, and pencils I think are really good if you don't want that like fierce, really intense brow that a lot of people like. Like it's really good for work or just like a little bit more casual, you're running out to the grocery store kind of thing. So my two choices for brows are going to be the Milani Easy Brow Pencil. I use dark brown, and it's a twist up. It comes with the spoolie on the end, so you really have everything you need right there. And lastly, for pomade at the drugstore, you can't get any better than e.l.f. e.l.f. is just killing it lately. I mean, I've been trying so much more of their stuff, and I'm just time and time again impressed. You're going to see throughout this video how much e.l.f. products I have, and it's got to be one of the cheapest brands at the drugstore, but you really just get your bang for your buck. And my shade in this pomade is light brown. Oh, and sorry, I have so many products here, I'm a little overwhelmed. I forgot to mention, a lot of people like the eyebrow mascaras because you would use that after you do everything and it kind of just holds it, what you've done in place. They do sell clear ones, but I haven't found a clear one at the drugstore yet. But my eyebrow mascara of choice is this NYX one. I use the shade, where is it? Brunette. Okay, so the next thing that I would do is my eyes. So for eyeshadow primer from the drugstore, I have tried a couple, but honestly, it's such a tricky thing because you want something that's not going to transfer. And for me personally, whether I'm doing a subtle look or I'm doing something with more glitter and I don't want it to transfer, you have different high-end things for that. You have glitter glues, but when it comes down to it, I like to keep it simple and I use this. It's the Maybelline Master Prime eyeshadow primer. Okay, and for eyeliner, I have a couple different things I like to use. The Maybelline eyeliner pencil. Right here I have one from Sephora. I know this isn't technically drugstore, but it is Sephora's own brand, and it's a lot more affordable than everything else at Sephora. For gel liner, I love, love, love this Maybelline Eye Studio gel eyeliner. Honestly, it beats a lot of the ones that are even at Sephora. Okay, and next up is liquid eyeliner. So this one's complicated. I have tried countless. My drawer is so full of liquid liners right now, it's ridiculous. I have tried so many liquid eyeliners, whether it's high-end or drugstore, and I keep coming back to the same thing that I've started using years ago because I honestly just can't find one that I'm as happy with. Even things like the Kat Von D felt tip eyeliner, you get a great point on that, if you're doing a wing, but again, dries out really quick, and who wants to spend that much money and have to buy a liquid liner when you're using it all the time every month or so. So my liquid liner of choice is the Revlon Color Stay eyeliner. This one's in Blackest Black. I also like the dark brown one too. And for mascara, this is another one. I've tried so many different kinds at the drugstore, but the one I keep coming back to is the Kiko Milano Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara. I get it in black. Okay, and last for the eyes is eyeshadow. This is a little bit complicated because there's so many options out there, and when I was going through my drawers, I kind of realized that I don't have a lot of drugstore eyeshadow. And maybe that's for a reason because, a lot of times they just can be a little dry or chalky, and they don't have that quality and blendability that a lot of higher end eyeshadows do. Plus, you know, if you're a makeup junkie, whenever a high-end brand releases a new eyeshadow palette, we're there. So, you know, I don't really tend to keep an eye open for that at the drugstore, but I do have a couple things to show you. These trios from Wet n Wild are amazing. I used this in a tutorial actually a few weeks ago. These are great. They're so cheap and they blend really well. Another one I love is NYX. This is a palette I made myself at the NYX store. I like it better than the ones that they sell in the palettes already, but I made a nice little fall palette here last year. And these eyeshadows are great. They blend really well and they have really great pigment. And last for eyeshadow, I want to give an honorable mention to ColourPop eyeshadow. I know you can't find these at the drugstore, you have to buy them online, but they come in these little white plastic containers, and seriously, you're just not going to get anything better for the price. I think they're $5 or $6 a piece, and I own a ton of them. The color payoff is just incredible, whether it's the matte shades, the shimmer shades, they're just amazing. Okay, now that we're done with the eyes, we would move on to primers for your face. This one, you've probably heard this a million times from other people, but NYX Angel Veil, whether you have dry or oily skin, this just fills in the pores and gives you that great base to put your foundation over, and it does help your makeup last all day. Another one by NYX that I like, I threw out the bottle, I guess. It comes in a blue container, and it's the hydrating primer. That one's really good for people too, like me, who have dry skin. Okay, for foundation, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this because I want to do a whole other video on drugstore foundations because there's just so many of them and so many brands have been stepping up their game lately. So I think that's like a whole nother topic, and I don't want this video to be longer than it already is going to be. So I'm going to give you my two holy grail drugstore foundations. The first one is L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. There was so much hype about this last year, but if you've tried it, you know why. They also came out, I think it was the year before, it was a while before Pro Glow came out, the Pro Matte foundation, which everyone loved. I didn't really like it that much, but I have super dry skin, so for me it just wasn't the right formula, but they came out with this and they just really nailed it. Not too long ago, they also came out with the Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. That one I tried, but ooh, it was some cakey stuff. Some people have told me that they mix it with the Pro Glow, which I have to try still, but I'll get back to you on that. And the other foundation from the drugstore that I love is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. This is another collection that has, I want to say it's matte and poreless, is its counterpart for oily skin. Again, I haven't tried that one, but I can tell you that this one is incredible. I thought that I couldn't like anything better from the drugstore than the L'Oreal Pro Glow, and I tried this and I was obsessed with this. I think it's actually what I'm wearing right now. Why I like it is because I love both foundations and the coverage that they give you, but I think the Maybelline lasts just a little bit better throughout the day. Whereas the Pro Glow, even for me with really dry skin, can get a little shiny in places, but I know that's not the end of the world. You could always blot or put some powder on, but overall, like this one the best. Okay, so after foundation, we would move on to concealer. And sorry, these are used. These are all my personal ones, so you could tell that I like them because I need to get refills. The first one is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. It's the one with the little sponge up top here. I love this concealer. It's not full coverage. I'd say it's a medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable. And this is my favorite for under the eyes because the formula is just a little thinner, so you don't get like that cakey look in any fine lines you have under your eyes. And for covering blemishes, and you could use it for highlighting, but I mainly use it for covering like spots on my face or breakouts, is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Again, great formula. I really like it. I think it's a little bit more full coverage than the Age Rewind. And last, coming in third place, is the e.l.f. concealer. It doesn't have the name. I want to say it's the HD concealer. I use it in Fair, but this is a good one. I don't think this one blends out as better as the Maybelline concealer, but I still really like it. You just have to work with it a little bit more, but it gives you really good coverage, and you don't see like, you know, it pooling in like or clinging to dry areas on your skin, so I really like that. And next up is powders. So I have actually a 4 to show you. So a lot of you have heard of this already. This is the RCMA powder. Again, you can't buy this at the drugstore, you have to get it online, but you get this gigantic bottle here, and it's only, I think, $10. So it's kind of awkward. You need like a plate or something to shake it out on because, like, yeah, it just went everywhere. Making my point for me. But what I do with this is I'll open up another powder thing that I have, like this, and I'll shake this into the lid and use it like that. A little inconvenient, but this stuff is amazing. It's translucent powder, you don't get flashback in photos, and it's just so good for the price. A loose powder that I really love is this e.l.f. HD powder. This stuff is so finely milled that it is not going to emphasize any fine lines. I don't use it on my whole face though, because one time I did that and I felt like I looked like Casper after. It just kind of gave me that like gray like wash over my face, so I didn't like that, so now I only use it under my eyes, but honestly it's amazing. And again from e.l.f. I have one of their pressed powders. This is a finishing powder in Fair Light, and this is so nice. Like when you rub your finger over it, it's just so smooth and creamy, and it's really nice to set your face if you like to have a little color powder. And last for powders is another brand that is killing it this past year, and that's Wet n Wild. This is part of their Photo Focus line that they just came out with. This is amazing. I love the texture of this. Like, you can even use this to set under your eyes. It's really great. Okay, and next I would contour the skin, and what I use is, again, this is so used, I have to get a new one. But this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring and Highlighting Palette. So, sorry, it's filthy. You can see I use a lot of this up, but this color is just amazing to contour with. It's not too warm, but not too cool, so you get a good shadow with that. And then over here is the highlighting powder. It's matte. I wouldn't say that you would actually highlight with this, but I think it's really good to set the under eyes with. This is the color Dulce de Leche. For bronzer, no big surprise, Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I use mine in medium to dark, and been using this for years. Still love it. Still haven't found a drugstore bronzer that I like quite as much as this. Okay, so next we would do blush. And my all-time favorite drugstore blushes are the Milani Baked Blushes. This is in Luminoso. These are just incredible. Especially in the summer, I can't get enough of this. This is my fave. And then after that, I'm gonna have to go with Wet n Wild. This is the Color Icon blushes. You get a lot of product in this one too, and these just look really great. They blend into your makeup so nicely. Another e.l.f. product. This is in Twinkle Pink. Love this. These are a little more shiny. This has it looks like it has a lot of glitter in it, but when you put it on, it really just blends into your skin really nice, and you don't have any like chunky glitter showing up. And last is going to be the NYX Baked Blushes. These give a really nice color payoff. Like if you just want the very slightest hint of color on your cheeks. These are really great. Okay, so the last step for the skin would be highlighting. Okay, I just broke it, but this is the Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Precious Petals from Wet n Wild. This is incredible. I mean, I'm sure you've seen people use this before on YouTube. I've even think of high-end highlighters. This stuff is incredible because it just is the most natural looking highlighter. And if you want to be a little bit more dramatic, the Wet n Wild Boozy Brunch highlighter, this is the way to go. So for lip products at the drugstore, this one, I'm just going to show you some that are my favorite. There's so many lip products out there, it's kind of overwhelming to even talk about what my favorites would be. But I think in terms of lipstick, the drugstore, Maybelline kills it for me. This one right here, I can't tell you how many tubes of this I've bought. It's Nude Lust 920. This is just part of their Maybelline like color sensational line. And I actually posted a picture of me using this on Instagram. This is, they just came out with these. Super purple, super pigmented, not streaky. I was really impressed with the formula of these. Like I said, there's just so many lip products out there. I'm just going to show you a couple types that I really like, whether it's matte or gloss, you know, just things that work for me. This is the NYX Liquid Suede in Soft Spoken. This is a matte lip gloss or liquid lipstick. I just did a video on these two. Oh my god, these are amazing. This is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit liquid lips. I also really like the NYX Butter Glosses. These are great to me if you want like a really bold lip color, especially in the warmer months. Because I don't know about you guys, but I prefer, like in the winter, I like more matte lips, and then in the summer, I like to be more glossy and glowy. Okay, and the last lip product I have to show you is by e.l.f. I just tried this not too long ago for the first time, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I want to go back and get more colors. It's in a pencil form like this, but let me show you this color. Like, I'm so excited to do a tutorial with this. I don't know if you could tell. These go on matte, and they're so easy to apply, and it's not a drying kind of lipstick, but it just gives you that color. It's not super glossy, but it's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, and for lip liner, again, Wet n Wild killing it this past fall. They came out with these gel lip liners. I only bought one because all the other colors were sold out at the drugstore by me, but these are the nicest lip liners I think I've ever tried. They go on so smooth, and the color payoff is just amazing. And another brand that I think has really great lip liners is NYX. These ones you have to sharpen yourself, but they're really smooth and they do glide on nice. And last, again, some Maybelline. This is the Color Sensational lip liners. I have two colors here, a red and a nude, and these are comparable to the Wet n Wild ones. They're just so creamy, like you could honestly wear them by themselves, but when you're doing like a really bold lip, they're great because you could be really precise with lining your lips, and they're really easy to overdraw with too, which I like. The last thing I want to show you is a setting spray. So I've tried the NYX one, I've tried one from Wet n Wild, which I didn't like. That one was really sticky and weird. I have heard the Milani one that just came out was really good, but I haven't been able to get my hands on it because I don't even think it's in the drugstores by me yet. It might be just online still, but I do want to give that one a try. But honestly, I know, again, it's not drugstore, but the Sephora brand setting spray is the best one I've tried out there for the price. I think this huge bottle was only like $16, so it's a good price, and you get a lot out of it, and I think it's comparable to like Fix Plus and the Makeup Forever setting spray. Okay guys, that completes this video. I hope you find this helpful next time you're at the drugstore and you feel a little bit lost what to choose and what to buy. I know it can be really overwhelming, but I'm a makeup addict and I have tried out so many things, so that's why I wanted to do this video, just so that way you don't have to waste your money buying things that don't end up working out for you. And in case anybody's wondering, I will be doing a tutorial soon on this spring look that I'm wearing. I wanted to try it out today and I'm obsessed with how it came out. And this lip, we'll talk about that. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching.